Welcome back to another video. Today I'm sharing another what I eat in a day on my 75-pound weight loss journey. This was actually a day when I was on vacation for Christmas break. So I'm starting out my day with some EarlyBird morning cocktail. I've been using this for a while now and I love it. Sometimes I just don't want coffee, especially like hot coffee when I wake up in the morning. I want something that's going to give me energy, but I also want something that's going to hydrate me. I will link this stuff down below. It is awesome. I have several different flavors, and probably my favorite is the cherry lime mojito, but I've never been sponsored by this company or anything. I just really like using it. So I thought I would also provide an update on my weight loss. So far, I have lost 11.5 pounds, which I am super happy with. So thanks for all your support. And if you guys aren't following me over on Instagram, you can follow the link down below to follow me over there so you can see daily updates on what I eat in a day. So I'm also going to have some coffee from my Nespresso. I do find that, especially having coffee throughout the day, caffeine is somewhat of an appetite suppressant. So it does help you eat a little bit less if you're looking to curb your calories. But even if it didn't, I still love coffee anyway. So I just brew myself a cup with my espresso, and then I froth up some of the Fairlife milk, which you can see froths beautifully. I always get questions about which Nespresso machine I have and which one I would recommend, so I'll link that down below as well. For breakfast this morning, I decided to have an omelet. These are just frozen omelets and they're super easy to heat up in the microwave, and they're a good bit of protein. So you can just microwave them for 1 minute, turn them over, microwave them for another minute. And I usually like to pair these with either potatoes or toast. And then I also add some cottage cheese for a little bit of extra protein. This was some that I had gotten at Whole Foods. It's really good. I like the AE brand of cottage cheese, but I also like the Good Culture. I think that's more widely available across the US. But I also toasted up an English muffin and sprayed that with a little bit of my I Can't Believe It's Not Butter spray. And this is what I had for breakfast: cottage cheese with a little bit of pepper, some eggs, and English muffin. And that helps keep me full for quite a while. The combination of the eggs and the cottage cheese just has a lot of good protein in it. So also throughout the day, I am filling up my water cup. This is actually an Arctic water cup that Adam got me for Christmas years ago. It's probably been like 8 years ago that he got me this now, but I always find that I drink more water if I drink it through a straw. I'm not sure why that is, but I enjoy doing that. Later on, I had another cup of coffee. Again, this is just some coffee from my Nespresso, and then I also have the milk frother that came with an espresso bundle. It just does such a good job of making the milk so foamy. And I really find that the Fairlife milk froths up really well. And I like using it because it has a higher protein content as well. And I don't put any sweetener or anything like that in my coffee. I also took this clip of Milo lounging on the floor in the sun that I thought was cute. So I wanted to share that with you as well. For a snack, I had this snack pack with turkey, cheese, and it also has carrots and broccoli and ranch dressing. These are great to keep on hand for a healthy snack. And then for lunch, I made myself a Reuben. So I started out with some rye bread. I'm using this kitchen scale that I got on Amazon. I'll link it down below. I highly recommend that if you're watching your calories or trying to lose weight, that you weigh your food, because obviously we are just terrible at eyeballing things, and you will definitely be amazed at the amount that you can have for one serving, and it helps you track your calories more accurately. So I added some mayo and some light French dressing. This was basically in place of Thousand Island. I added some pastrami and some Swiss cheese, and I'm just cooking this on a pan. I did put a lid over it just so I could make sure that everything was cooked through. I did get it probably a little bit crispier than I would have liked, but that's fine. And that is what I had for a late lunch today. It was delicious and it hit the spot. I haven't had a Reuben in quite a while. Okay, so I actually got my Keto Krate box today. This is not sponsored. I just like getting this because they have a variety of high protein snacks in here. They do happen to be, low carb or keto, which I am not, but I find that they have a good variety of snacks. I do have a discount code with them, so I'll link that down below if you're interested in trying it. But I'll show you what they sent this month. So there is a beef stick in here. We've got some of these high-low These are actually good. I've had them before. They're a mixture of nuts and cheese crisps. So this one is pizza flavored ranch, and then this cheese and almonds, which I've had before. I have a snack drawer up here that I keep with like just very healthy snacks, protein bars, things like that. So these are definitely going to go in there with my popcorn. Keto Krate real milk chocolate. I might have Adam try that. This is a nut and seed bar. Some Ultima electrolyte mix, so that's nice. Drinkable konjac jelly, peach flavor. That's interesting. I've never seen that before. And then they also have some white cheddar pork rinds, which they always give like really good quality pork rinds. These are keto chips. Ooh, white chocolate peanut butter cups. And milk chocolate peanut butter cups. So that's what came in there this month. I just thought I would share that with you guys in case you're interested in getting some high protein and or keto snacks. Okay, so I had to take Connor to swim practice, and tonight was my night to help with swim check-in. We have to volunteer as parents about twice a month to do that. So tonight was my night, and after I dropped him off, I went ahead and went over to the gym. So one of the gyms in our town is just our local YMCA. I find that it's really great for the price that we pay every month, especially for a family membership. We're actually required to have a Y membership because that is where the kids swim through. But either way, we are super lucky to have this awesome indoor facility in our town, and they do have an indoor track. So I started out walking on that for about 10 minutes just to warm up a little bit, and then I also got on the treadmill. I did, I think, about a 20-25 minute walk on the treadmill. I really like the treadmills at the gym because they're nice and sturdy. The one that I have at home, which I don't think I've showed you guys yet, it's just an under desk treadmill, so you can't, well, I guess you can jog on it. It's just not quite as sturdy as the ones in the gym. And then I did do some weightlifting on the machines as well. I was not in the mood to cook dinner tonight, and so I went through the drive-thru at Taco John's. I decided to grab myself one of these Boss Bowls. This is sort of like a burrito bowl, but if you've never had them before, they're really good. They come with either chicken or steak, pico de gallo, lettuce, cheese, salsa, sour cream, and then there's also rice and black beans in them. Obviously, this is something that you can make at home, but for those nights that you don't want to cook, it's really great to have an option like this. You know, previously when I wasn't really tracking what I was eating, I would probably go to Taco John's and get like tacos with potato olays and maybe some nacho cheese or something like that. The potato olays are delicious. They're basically like fried potatoes, and then they toss them in like a Southwest seasoning, but they are so high in calories. So this is definitely a great choice to have instead. And some nights, you know, you just are done at the end of the day. I don't know about you guys, but I would say, you know, we don't eat out very often. I would say maybe like twice a week we either go out to eat or get takeout from somewhere, but I'm fine with that because we're all busy and it's always a struggle, I feel like, to get dinner on the table. So for a snack later that night, I had some of this protein vanilla yogurt that I got from Aldi. It's pretty good. I would recommend it. And then I put a half a serving of the Special K granola on top of that, along with some strawberries. This is my favorite lower calorie granola. Hey guys, good morning. So I'm just over here getting ready. I did not close out this video last night. I actually got home from the gym and picking Connor up from swim, and of course I ate dinner, and then I relaxed on the couch for a while. So I thought I would check back in with you today about my calories and everything yesterday, because I always like to give like a summary of that at the end of the day for those people that are interested. So yesterday for breakfast, I had the coffee, omelet, English muffin, and cottage cheese. I did adjust the quantity of that because sometimes I scoop out the amount that I think I'm gonna eat, and then I track it, and then I don't end up eating it all. So then I do go back and adjust it because, girl, I want credit for those calories that I didn't eat. So total, that was 28 grams of protein and 428 calories. I've gotten a couple of questions on like why I'm focusing on protein. And the reason is mostly so that I can stay full without consuming empty carbohydrates. Now, do I consume empty carbohydrates? Of course, like I English muffins and, you know, whatever. But it's helpful for me to not to focus on what can I cut out and more of like, what can I add in? So I've also gotten questions on, in terms of like counting macros, like what that actually means. So I'll give you an example. So for example, the omelet that I ate yesterday, that was 170 calories. So every food is comprised of macros, which is short for macronutrients, 3 macronutrients. Every food is comprised of a certain percentage of carbs, fat, and protein, and all of those add up to 100%. So in particular for this omelet, the omelet is 14% carbs, 59% fat, and 26% protein. The whole goal behind that is to have a certain macronutrient goal for every day. Now, the nutritionist that I worked with set that up for me at the beginning so that I kind of had a goal to hit, and it's, I don't know, it's just been helpful for me to focus more on like, what can I put into my diet and stay within a certain calorie range versus like, what can I take out? Because like at the end of the day, all of these different diets, and yes, I have a PhD in dieting because I've been dieting since I was 16 years old, on and off obviously, but you know, keto, low carb, Atkins, Weight Watchers, intermittent fasting, like whatever it is that works for you and whatever you do and how you lose weight, it all just comes into like calories in versus calories out. Like yes, there's ketosis and fat burning and all of that, but at the end of the day, you're not going to bend the laws of thermodynamics, and the amount of calories you expend versus the amount of calories that you take in, that is what is going to cause you to lose or gain weight. And so I personally, you know, am not interested in doing any type of diet that I can't sustain for the long term. And having done this for almost 6 weeks now, I feel like this is something that's been fairly simple for me. Like, I feel like it's very attainable. I can still cook things that I want to cook for my family. I can still eat out. I can still eat basically what I want within reason and not feel hungry. Because the second you know, I've had some comments say like, well, if you go down to 1,200 calories, you'll lose weight really quickly. And I'm like, I don't want to eat 1,200 calories. Like my dog eats 1,200 calories. You know what I mean? Like that's not, I'm not interested in being hungry all the time, because if I am hungry all the time, then what's going to happen? I'm going to crave bad foods and I'm going to get pissed off because I'm hungry and I'm going to eat them. So, anyway, yeah, I've just been, you know, that's kind of the approach that I've been trying to follow. I do have the MyFitnessPal Premium, which I paid for because I find it super helpful to be able to look at my meals and individual foods and find out what the protein content is and all of that. So one thing that I also didn't mention is this Stanley mug, which I got maybe about a month ago. I'll link it down below. I freaking love this thing. I don't know why. It makes my water taste better, and it holds 32 ounces to 4 glasses of water. So I know that if I at least get 2 of these in every day is my goal, and then I get my 8 glasses of water in. Okay, so now that I went off on that tangent, lunch, 598 calories. I had the Reuben, which I forgot to put sauerkraut on, duh. And then I was still hungry after I ate that one, so I ate another slice of bread, folded in half with some meat and cheese on it. That was 598 calories, 37.5 grams of protein. Snacks yesterday, I had the veggies with turkey and cheese container. I count my milk under there when I make my coffee. And then vanilla yogurt, with granola and strawberries. So in total for snacks, 545 calories and 33.7 grams of protein. And then dinner, that bowl from Taco John's is like really good. I know not everyone has Taco John's, but you know, pretty much every taco place has an option for a bowl like that. 34 grams of protein and 530 calories. So I was under on my carbohydrates and over on my fat. That is totally fine with me. I don't worry about eating fat as long as everything fits into my calories. Yes, I lived through the low fat craze of the late 90s, Well, actually, I would say the low-fat craze of the 90s, 80s and 90s, and then late 90s, early 2000s, low carb was like the thing. Like, I did go on like a very, very extreme low carb diet when I was 17, and I lost a ton of weight. But then as soon as I started eating normally again, the weight came back on. Like, obviously it was very difficult for me to sustain that. The other thing I want to talk just a little bit about is like motivation and then going to the gym. So last night was the first night that I have been back at the Y doing any sort of like treadmill or weightlifting or anything like that in probably, I don't know, a year or more. I don't even remember the last time I did that. And I actually saw this reel on Instagram last night, like that was basically this guy making fun of people who start going to the gym in the new year and they're not doing like the weightlifting machines right. Like they're not using the correct form, they're not using them right, whatever. Like, I just think stuff like that discourages people from going, and like discourages people who really actually need to go or should be going. Like, they don't want to go after they see that kind of stuff because they're like, oh, well, people are just gonna look and make fun of me. I think that for the most part, people in the gym don't care about you. Like, not saying that to be rude, but like in your own mind, you're a lot more, not important, but like I said, in your own mind, you probably think you stick out a lot more than you do. The second thing is that you could always watch YouTube videos, you know, put your AirPods in, bring your phone with you, and put on a YouTube video about how to use the weight machines. Another thing that my gym has is that they have little QR codes actually on the weight machines that you can scan. It will bring up a video about how to use the machine. And there's even stickers on a lot of the machines that kind of show you like where to put your hands in the correct technique. So I would say, you know, if you're nervous about things like that, don't be. For the most part, if you act like you know what you're doing, people don't question you. And if you really don't know and you've never, you know, lifted weights before, I have before in high school, and so I kind of remember a little bit about some of those things. But, you know, hire a personal trainer just for like 1 or 2 sessions, you know, and then have them show you how to use the machines and the correct technique, and, you know, maybe have them do some recommendations about how to start out. And also, a lot of gyms will offer, I know that mine does, maybe I should take advantage of this too, but I think they offer like a free, actually like a free orientation session where they'll just like show you around and show you the different machines and how to use them and things like that. So obviously take advantage of that. And then, you know, don't be embarrassed to go to the gym. Like, you're paying to be there just like everyone else is. Like, you're probably paying $50 a month to be there. You have just as much right to use the equipment as anyone else who's been using it for years and years. So just own it. And then I also saw this caption or this picture on Instagram yesterday, I'll pop it up right here, about motivation, and basically how, you know, people think that motivation, you know, to get healthy or lose weight or exercise or whatever, people think that motivation comes first, but it actually doesn't come first. If you're waiting to have like this intrinsic motivation to change, it's probably not gonna happen. You just have to do it and feel really like awkward and uncomfortable at first, and then you will see the results, and then the motivation comes. So I thought that was like an interesting perspective, because I think that we always talk about motivation as if it's just like this thing inside us that we can like pull out and use it. Like, oh, I'm so motivated now. It's like, that's not really how it works. And I think that's why, like, you know, a lot of folks will like, you know, quit self-improvement projects, you know, before they see any real results, is because it is frustrating, like week after week, and the progress is like so slow. But you just have to tell yourself, like, listen, it took me, you know, 5 years to gain this weight, or 2 years, or 10 years, or however long to gain this weight. Like, obviously if I can hit my goal in 6 months to a year, that is awesome. So anyway, I just thought that was good, and I wanted to share that with you guys. So I wanted to just thank you guys for all of your support, all of your kind words, just for watching my channel during the year. I know that there are so many YouTube channels that you can watch. There's just like an infinite number of people out there that create content. And so if you take a little bit of time out of your day to watch my videos, I so appreciate you for being here. So make sure that you are subscribed. Give me a like on this video. Bye.